So first, the Chaitanya, he is a seasonal program manager with over 16 years of experience in automotive industry. Second guest is Nikhil Kulkarni, and he is a project management professional having experience of more than 11 years in the turnkey laboratory construction industry. Yes.
Hi Vivek, thank you so
Hi,
much for the introduction.
Then we do the risk assessment score. So from this, we have the top 3, which are going to impact high. Then to that, we have done the quantification.
Expected monetary value, which is multiplied with the risk assessment score.
Absolutely. So you can see this. This is with the risk assessment and the value. So this is expected monetary value to this. So what we done is this 3 scope, then we transfer it to the risk register. So this is
The very first thing that we did in the start of PMO is setting up this configuration management system. It is nothing but we call it as our Bhagavad Gita, wherein everything that we are supposed to do has been mentioned. This is the one we actually developed in very detail. So we have kind of created almost a 25 set of documents which are required for any of the project. So MSP we typically use for scheduling basically, and once we prepare the schedule, we then track it very diligently as in planned versus actual.
Good evening, friends. My name is Vivek Prakash, and I, along with my colleague Kalyan Raman and 2 guests, welcome you all in this 18th episode of Project Management Webinar. For the first time attendees, the Project Management Webinar is initiated to support people who want to perform better in project management, want to use project management tool effectively, efficiently, want to clarify their project management concepts, want to attempt for the PMP or Prince2 or similar kind of certification exam, or want to clear them, achieve the certifications, to get credentials and be become a little more credible, looks like credible people, and help you understand project management concepts in simple terms. So this webinar we have scheduled for every 2nd and 4th Tuesday at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. In this webinars, our efforts, as the objective says, is to explain project management concept in simple terms, address day-to-day challenges which project manager faces across the industry. And you will see today's 2 guests are from different industries and not from the very popular software industry, at least. Okay, and help you to achieve certification. As I said, just PMP and Prince2 and other APM and other certifications are there, because project management concepts are project management concepts. They are same, only the method of different certifications are different actually. Otherwise, the knowledge is same. We help the people who are certified to retain their certification by earning PDU. So by attending this program, you will get 1 PDU. To make you aware of the latest trends in project management, and you will see that today's guest will share you the things which are going on and what they have done in their practices, and support the implementation of project management in the industry. So that is what the objective of or the work we are doing through these webinars. So we have a tagline that imbibe, understand, certified, get credentials, apply on your work, and then try. So that's what it is all about. So today I have 2 guests who will explain what they have done in their practices, what achievements they have, and probably I think there will be some takeaway for you people from them. And so we'll discuss with them the niche or the work which they have done in their work as such, or in their projects, and in their experience, and how they have applied the project management concepts which are often called theoretical actually. So you probably understand that they are not as theoretical as they look like actually. So let me introduce these both the guests. So first, the Chaitanya. He is a seasonal program manager with over 16 years of experience in automotive industry, currently leading a large program and at global OEM. Okay, so he will tell you in which company he works and how how he's implementing. So we'll talk to him. His core competency includes the project planning, execution, monitoring of the strategic system engineering program to ensure alignment with the organization on annual and strategic objectives. He has been PMP certified since June 2020, and needless to say, he is continuing renewing those certifications. That's why he's PMP certified even today. And he has an extensive experience in risk management, and he will share what he has done. He proactively identifying risks, issues, and dependencies. Developing mitigation strategies is one of the core responsibility of his job. His responsibility also includes connecting with and collaborating with cross-functional team across the programs, define goals, scope goals, deliverables, and objectives. He provides recommendation to the senior management and his various stakeholders. Ensuring timely consideration of lesson learned from the past project to drive the best strategy is one of the key deliverables or the key area of the work. So in the Chaitanya, you can see generally the name is written on the photo. So hi Chaitanya.
Hi sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the brief.
Yes. And the second, let me introduce the second guest. Second guest is Nikhil Kulkarni. And he is a project management professional having experience of more than 11 years in the turnkey laboratory construction industry. Laboratory construction industry, let me explain it. I'm not so sure, like people will understand with this term. So laboratory construction, like all pharma companies, many food companies also, but especially the pharma companies set up their lab for experiments and for production of the medicines. So Nikhil lead projects of setting up these labs. So these labs required a lot of dirty work of construction, but when it comes out, you will see you will not see a dot of dust anywhere, and that's what the specialization and precision is all about, his industry and his work. So through his years of experience, he has helped many scientists and researchers set up their aesthetically beautiful yet engineered research lab. As I said, I think this beautifully was worded, this sentence, that it's a well-engineered labs. I have worked with Nikhil, so you can I have observed those things as beautifully engineered. Like I said, there are a lot of vendor management here. A lot of vendors are working at one point of time. Quite complex nature of projects, and but they come out. They are definitely look very beautiful. So after achieving the PMP certification, he took the initiative to set up an internal PMO for his organization, right? So myself and Nikhil have worked together to set up this PMO for his organization called Science by Design. And I think this beautiful name also is organization, and thanks to his leader also, who has taken initiative to do things more systematically, despite being a SME, which often try to avoid that. Maybe systematic approach may be more expensive. They don't have that kind of budget, but even minimum budget, you can achieve these kind of systematic methods, which Nikhil will going to display you. So setting up the PMO for his organization, streamline the project processes and its execution. He is currently leading the team of managers, engineers, delivering the projects successfully. He holds the bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and started his career from the project itself. So he's a project leader from like as a fresher. So total experience of his is project management. And so welcome you all both. So Nikhil,
Yeah.
yes.
Hi, Vivek. Thank you so
Hi,
much for the
Nikhil.
introduction.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah.
Yes. So let's get started. I will start with I will say with the PMP certification itself, because both of you are PMP certified. In fact, when Nikhil approached me, he was already certified. So, and his primary intention was to apply MS project in the project, and which will lead to complete implementation of the project management end to end, not only MS project. So both of
Right.
you are PMP certified. Let me do one thing so that you are on the visible front. So just give me a minute so that I can bring you to the spotlight here. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. So, and one more minute. Okay. So this looks good.
Yes.
And so now, so I will, I think this question to both of you, that you have done like PMP certification. I will first ask you, like Chaitanya, what inspired you for the PMP certification, and give us that what it takes to achieve it. And yeah, first let's talk about these two things, and then we will talk about the benefits. Yes,
Yes.
Chaitanya, I will start with you.
Yes. Thanks for this question, sir. This is a wonderful question which has been asked for to start of this session. When I was doing my project management earlier to this PMP certification, it was a jugaad. It's a word in Indian perspective where we say it's a fix, run. Again, when you have problem, fix and run. So that's how it's jugaad. So I have seen one of my close friend who has done PMP, and I see his way of handling project management was totally different the way which I used to handle. And the end of the tenure after 2 months, I see the results coming out of from his way of working were very much productive, and the yield was very better. And the one which was I am doing was not so. So then I turned my idea, how do I put my resources in an effective way to get this thing in a good manner, which is good for me as a career point of view, as for the company and my team. Because everybody has 24 hours and they have to put in such a way that it should be productive. Then this got me an idea of vision. There's something which process which is giving effective results. Then I got to know from him what is PMP and how it works and what is needed for the certification. This is a small brief how it came into limelight for me.
Okay. So Nikhil, what inspired you?
Yeah. So by the time I got to know about PMP, I had an experience about 8 years. And I didn't know about PMP, but our visionary leader, Mr. Salil, has mentioned it to me once, that in project management, there is this professional certification and you should give it a try. So as soon as I heard this word, I started researching about it, and I somehow got an opportunity to meet few fellows from PMI Mumbai chapter, and then I immediately attended their 4 days pre-qualifying session, and then from that the journey started.
Okay, so this is the same like the person who is leading your organization, and
Right, right.
I agree with you. Is a visionary thing, like a leader, and he look for the better way of managing things. So So before I proceed, I will just tell all the participants, all the like audience, that whenever you can have questions with these guests or with me also. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat box as and when they strike to you. And at the end of the program, we will pick up all these questions and will answer those. So do not hold the question you forget by the end of the session. So it's better you put the questions in the chat so we can pick up the questions from the chat box. Okay. So Chaitanya, what it takes to get the PMP certified? It was too tough, or it was or it was a cakewalk, or what it was actually?
To be honest, it was very tough.
It was very
To
tough.
be honest, when unless when we was going through some YouTube videos and some material through net, and then I explored who is best in Pune. As promised, you are the best.
Okay.
So I got to know about you through some internet material. So then I got connected with you. Then got to enroll myself in the 4 days of session. And then we have done the work breakdown structure in that 4 days of how do we learn PMP, how do we implement, and how to get through it. So you have explained in one of the knowledge areas of work breakdown structure, but that 4 days we have done that. Yeah, later of the session I got to know, my realization that we have done without knowingly. You have taught us what is work breakdown structure of learning PMP. So later to that, what I have done is, it was only from that I got a motivation that the past 2020, it was 10 knowledge areas. So it was very intense to things, and it needs more of revisions than to read and put the notes. Later to the revisions, we need to get on to the tests. What is the main catch in this PMP through is, whatever we learn, whatever we go wrong, we just need to have a notes of why it went wrong. When we think about it, why it went wrong, then the question rises, what is right? Then when it is there, what is right? So we'll search for the material. If we don't get a search of material, then always you are there as a mentor for us.
Okay, good.
This is how the journey completed for me.
When you attempted the exam, like how was it? You found the exam tough, or
Yes, it was pretty tough actually.
it was pretty tough.
So it was starting of the first 10 questions. I felt I was very tensed to move upon. Then I started taking a long breath and taking one by one. And then as we completed halfway of 4 hours, then I got a confidence that I can make it.
Yeah.
It's all more of not objective, but it's all subjective things. In a given scenario, how a project manager behaves.
True. But it was not that tough because you cleared it in the first try, right?
Yes.
You didn't try the second time.
No, it was first attempt.
Okay.
Now, I mean to say, we need to really understand the main essence of PMP, the knowledge areas. Right. When I say tough, for an executive after working 10 years later to the college days, it feels tough.
It was tough, yeah. Going back to the books and reading and giving the exam.
Yeah.
So Nikhil, what about you? Like how did you find? How was your thing?
Well, during the preparation, there were only two things which I, found important or difficult. One is recording the experience, because before applying to that exam, you should record the experience and then share it with the PMI.
True.
So I was quite struggling over there, and fortunately, one of the trainer from PMI Mumbai chapter helped me out filling that experience sheets, and somehow I could submit it at one go without any audit. And second and most important point which I felt is the exam simulator. As in, being an engineer, and even after checking lots of exams, what typically happens is we study something, but the questions that are there are sometimes seems, irrelevant. It is more of a practical approach, as in if you are put into the situation, all the questions are started like if you are a project manager. So the exam simulator is the one thing which I felt very, useful while doing the preparation, because whatever I have studied, it is the knowledge that I have acquired, but how to implement it while solving the question is the one which I understood from that exam simulator. And since I have run so many, I don't remember the numbers, but there are multiple questions I have gone through, and that build the confidence. So uh, it won't be an major thing, but while attempting the exam, I was quite very relaxed, and I completed my exam in 3.5 hours only, and it was above target. So I believe that simulator helped me a lot, relieve the stress of the exam.
Okay, okay. So fine. So this is I think which is often there in the mind of the people, that how to get this, because this is one of the most popular like certification as such.
Yeah.
Now coming to your like you have done this, you have get a lot of knowledge, and then you apply this on the work. Now, so let's come to the place where you have applied the work. So Chaitanya, I think you have applied multiple ways or multiple things on the project management side, in especially in your automotive industry. You, I think when we are having a conversation, you especially mentioned that risk management is one of the places which quite extensively you get into that. So I would like to like understand from you that how you implemented this, and like what is your guidance for the viewers here who are actually looking. So can you tell us a little bit about how you implemented the risk management part as such?
Yes. Uh, Risk management, before I gone through PMP, it's been almost been my least priority in considering how it has to be processed. What we used to do is we used to review every like yearly once, just the sake of just to review a risk register and have a revision. That we have used to do, but later on to this PMP, we have learned how to do this in a proper process, which we have 6-stage process in the risk management knowledge area. If you are okay, sir, I just share one sheet which I have got to
Go
have
ahead.
this for this session.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Go
it
ahead.
will be easy for me to explain.
Yes, yes. Please go ahead and share the screen.
So let me know once you see the screen.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. So risk management is an uncertain event which can be an positive or it can be a negative.
Negative.
When we have a positive, we have to leverage it to get an opportunity for the next level. Or when we have a negative, which is called as a challenge. So we have to have we have 4 options, whether we avoid, mitigate, transfer, or we find another one is that. Sorry,
no ways to accept it then.
For accept it, yes. So that we have to do it. So what we have done is, when I meet my team, I said that when I start off a project, when we get a project assigned, when the team is assigned to me, I talk to the team members. Risk management is a beautiful tool when we start from start of the project, so that we understand in and out of total of the project and see that we can even guess or proactively guess what can happen wrong in a project or what can happen right in a project, which can be leveraged.
So you're doing it right at the beginning of the project.
Yes, we have to start at when the team is formed and the team is assigned to the project manager, because that's where the team is fresh and they will listen to us.
Yeah, yeah, and they have time also.
Yes. So once that a team was assigned and I talked to them, the main challenge is, sir, when in a project management is getting the team to sitting together and doing a brainstorming. So here where the brainstorming we have done.
Okay.
Uh,
So there are 4 categories, and then you identified risk in those categories.
Yes. So what I have done is we have given a whiteboard and say that this is the project. You, from your all experience, put and sticky notes on from your side what all risk you see. So what they have done is they have put randomly sticky notes everywhere on the board. I don't have a picture of it. So from this, we gave a time of 20 minutes. From the 20 minutes, we have categorized whatever sticky notes there into 4 categories from customer, project management, operations and sourcing, and R&D design and testing.
So
From which even for
we can call it a structured brainstorming, where the
yes,
whiteboard is given, people have the sticky notes and they can write something and put onto the board.
yes,
And this is a summary of that.
yes, this is a summary of that. So
Okay,
out of the summary, we have identified 4 categories and identified risks which are of different reflecting their categories. So later to that, this is what we do in risk management knowledge area is identify risk. This is
So
the
you
second one.
brainstorm the probability and impact, or these are suggested by the team members?
Yes, absolutely. So
These
these are the
suggested by team
quantification skills.
members, or we brainstorm, the team brainstorm, come out with the probability and impact?
Through brainstorming, we have come out this
Brainstorm.
numbers. So these are all odd numbers you can see. This is a matrix which we get in the internet. So this is the probability and impact matrix which we used in the risk matrix, risk management. Later on to this, once we have put this, then we do the risk assessment score. So from this, we have the top 3 which are going to impact high. Then to that, we have done the quantification for this like customer likeness of market demand and customer scope variation. What can be the impact if we are not attending this? What is the impact of this? And later to the product fails in the quality assurance initial testing. What can be the impact?
Okay.
So out of 3,
for the benefit of the viewers, I should just mention, this is 100,000 rupees, not dollars.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And this is 500,000. So 5 lakhs in India, you can say 5 lakhs and 1 lakh. 1 lakh, that's the loss we are expecting if we do not attend it.
Yes. So then we have all, sorry, sir,
Go ahead, please.
So then we have early monetary value. So in this, we see that this is the value of this.
This is the expected monetary value, which is multiplied with the risk assessment score.
Absolutely. So you can see this. This is with the risk assessment and the value. So this is expected monetary value to this. So what we done is this 3 scope, then we transfer it to the risk register. So this is one of the risk register.
Okay, this is not risk register. Fantastic. Okay.
So this risk register, we assign the actions to the champions. What can be the response of it? What is the risk level? Who is the owner? What is the target date? And if we have any remarks, we put the remarks here.
So let me note down the important things. So first you do a qualitative risk analysis where you identified the risk and probability and impact in a high, medium, low kind of things. Then you get the risk assessment score. Then you did a quantitative risk analysis, identifying how much damage it can happen, and then getting the expected monetary value. Fair enough. Please go ahead.
Then later on to this, whatever top 3 risks which we have, we immediately take this to the risk register and we assign to a champion.
Okay.
And we have a risk level and who is doing it and what is the target date. The beauty of risk management is when we do this frequently, like for me, it's every 15 days we used to attend this risk management. Only thing is the main challenge in doing the risk management is doing that the first time.
Okay.
Once we do it, then it's only a revision.
Right.
And this risk management talks to DFMEA for an FMEA also. And like we have in DFMEA, we have risk analysis. Right now it is AIAG VDA first edition. And this is a 7-step process of DFMEA, which is ongoing right now. This is the latest edition.
So FMEA, and when it is done in design time, it is DFMEA, right?
DFMEA, rightly said. Then also the risk register talks to the lessons learned, where we
So can you give a little idea about it? Like just spend 1 minute on DFMEA, give us some idea so people can understand how this is happening, if you can.
Yeah, in DFMEA is an attempt where we anticipate a issue which can occur in during the progress of a project, and for which we see what can be done to avoid that in terms of severity, occurrence, and detection.
Okay.
So from that we have an RPN number there even. So the highest RPN number usually considered to be the focus areas to act upon from the team. So DFME is also a team development activity where it also starts from the initiation of the project.
Okay. Very good. All right, let's go ahead. Lesson learned.
So then we have a lesson learned. Lesson learned is an like everything, whatever we have, good or whatever challenges we face, opportunities or the challenges, we register here, so that the next project which is coming up, whenever they get a similar project or what do they do is first they open the lessons learned, what has happened in the past. So do we learn something from this, or what they just go about this having a good questionnaire. So what can be the best what can be captured as the best in the ongoing project?
Okay. Let me see. Let me see if there are some questions on this, if we can address right away here. So one is EMV is estimated market value, sound just like EVM. Earned value. No, it's not estimated market value. It is the expected monetary value. Expected monetary value of the risk, actually. Okay. You created this P into I XLS on your own, or is it available on the internet? I think Excel is prepared by you. You took only the P and I matrix from the internet, which is quite a standard. Is this right?
Yes. Right, sir.
Okay. From the potential customers and a business prospect, who decide and how whether there is a scope for a project to be commenced? Okay, I didn't get the question. From a potential customer and a business prospect, who decide how whether there is a scope for a project to be commenced? Okay. I'm not so clear about it. If Ashish can ask clearly, probably this.
Hi. Thanks for providing me that opportunity, Vivek sir. My question is pretty straightforward. I'm a software project manager for a small IT firm, which is almost like a startup. What happens is right now, the CEO and the business development manager, they meet potential customers who are willing to give software projects. Now, those projects could be website development or mobile app development kind of things. So they work on the customer, they gather the requirements, they understand the requirements. That is the first business meeting.
Yeah, can you keep the question a little short, actually? Can you keep the question a little short? Yeah.
Right. So then second phase is the technical lead goes in there and collects the requirement. But my question is, how do we know that a project has actually started? Because in my case, it is started the day a pay order is received. Project is considered started.
I think same thing here, right, Nikhil and Chetan?
Yes. Once a PO, we receive that.
PO is received, the project is started from that date, because the customer expectations are set on that day. He said, okay, you count, your meter is down from that day.
Exactly.
Right.
Or sometimes even LOIs.
So there is a question, what is the difference between FMEA and DFMEA?
FMEA has three main components. One is DFMEA, process FMEA, and system FMEA. These three are the part of FMEA.
Okay. So DFMEA is one part of the FMEA, or all three together we call them FMEA.
Yes.
Okay. So D is the D
design.
and for design.
Yes.
Correct. So doing it at design, doing at the time of execution, right? Or
All the stages, sir. It comes from
different stages.
initiation stage till SOP.
Okay. Initiation stage, design is there, and execution stage.
Yes, all the, like, as we progress upon from initiation to SOP, whenever we get an opportunity, it is also a frequent activity where every 15 days or 20 days, a designer is the owner of it.
Okay.
Where in a process FMEA, production engineer is the owner, and
Okay.
for the system FMEA, product designer is the owner.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you very much, Chaitanya. You can stop the sharing of this. So I will go to Nikhil. Nikhil has been instrumental in setting up the whole PMO actually.
Yeah.
So I will go that let's Nikhil start from where we start. Probably I think very important point or very important part of the PMO is the configuration management, which is often neglected in most of the PMOs, and it is not. But I think your PMO start with configuration management. Is that right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so can you explain it that how this PMO looks like and what is this configuration management is all about?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, before we started this, we were doing the project, but there was no means of any records or no means of any measurement. So what we actually do is we started with configuration management. I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, please share.
Just let me know once it is visible. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, so the very first thing that we did in the start of PMO is setting up this configuration management system. It is nothing but we call it as our Bhagavad Gita, wherein everything that we are supposed to do is been mentioned. Like if you can see here, we have first defined the directory structure, as means whatever project if we get, then how many folders in your system will be created for it, what kind of documents that will be generated, what kind of documents that will be maintained and records to be kept, and what documents will be simply generated and left it as it is. So as you can see, we have defined for any project, we typically start with mainly four folders, wherein we have first commercial, second we have project management, third we have compliance, and fourth we have technical. So since our projects involve a kind of construction activity, we have certain compliances to be met, certain government compliances, certain local body compliances, and certain safety and quality compliances.
And pharma industry is a little more precision based industry.
Yeah.
So probably the pharma related compliances also.
Yeah, so it is basically very complex nature of the project. So we have to have this kind of compliances in place before start of any of the project. So that we first define, like for administrative compliances, this is we called these kind of documents, that is WC policy, car policy, labor licenses. So all this is required for us to obtain and have in place before we start any of the project. And this is accessible to the project lead and the project manager. Likewise, safety compliances, we have certain safer practices in place, wherein whatever we are doing the execution in the project, what kind of safety is to be maintained. So all these compliances where we have defined. Likewise, the quality. So what kind of
so
quality?
similar to something like the different type of documents are categorized in different folders.
Exactly.
And they have different access. Like in project management, you have put two different things, like strategic and project documents. So it's only applicable to project. I think PD is project director.
Project director, yeah. So those are sensitive documents which has access to the project director and project management. Project manager, and all others are the accessible to the entire project team. So this is the first thing that we have defined, that because typically earlier what used to happen, if a project comes any document will be generated out of the blue, and
Right.
nobody knows who is maintaining it, where to find it. So this is the
And-
very first thing.
And keep searching, keep searching. Last time you prepare the tea where the sugar has been kept, right?
Exactly, exactly. So there was no any proper place in where to find the particular document.
Yeah.
So this directory has been developed and defined. Later on, we define the version control. Suppose any document has been created and it is getting updated. So how the version control is to be, maintained, that is the defined. Even we define
Find the major the changes and the minor changes and how the version numbering is going to change. Okay.
exactly, so that this is understood to everybody. So everybody
Correct.
knows if the number is changed, that means what kind of change has been happened in that document.
Has occurred. Yeah.
Yeah, even we defined the naming structure of the particular file,
Correct.
because everybody has a different interpretation and their means of saving the file with the different name. So that also we structured, and a same structured way we have had.
So you can read the file name and can understand what is inside in that file name, right?
Exactly, exactly. And it is common for all. Everybody is having the same understanding of the particular file. So there is no room for any confusion. And this is the one we actually developed in very detail. So we have kind of created almost a 25 set of documents which are required for any of the project. Some are mandatory, some are optional or suit to scenario basis. And we have, defined the structure in a such a way, this is as in what kind of document is it? What is the purpose of this document? And when this document is to be used, when this document is to be updated, who is responsible in maintaining this document, and how this document is to be saved or read in the document.
What is the structure of this template? So there is a template, ready-made template available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this constraint of certain guidelines and certain templates. So as we can see, this configuration management plan is the very first document that we have created. The purpose is to set up the folders and when to use as soon as we receive the PO and the work has started, and the updation. The folders are prepared once and later on the document will be updated. The responsibilities of PMO. So since we have this PMO in place now, so PMO maintains all this documentation and they have the control of this entire central archive.
You have some process responsibilities also, right?
Yeah, so this is the one that we have again developed. We have again set up what exactly the PMO is supposed to do, and since we have a on-site, on-field team, so what documents or processes has been maintained in the site activities.
Okay, okay.
So this also we have, during the start, during the middle, during the end, during the closure, what all will be generated and defined is all we have, and the responsibility is clearly said. The blue is one that is done by PMO, that is at office, and the green ones are the site activities.
Right. But I think this is the fantastic thing actually, and which is like, this is the base of the complete PMO as such.
Exactly.
You have implemented Microsoft project or also very meticulously, and I learned you have created a percentage complete graph, plan versus actual. Can you show that as such? I think that would
exactly. So just allow me a minute. So MSP we typically use for scheduling basically, and once we prepare the schedule, we then track it very diligently as in planned versus actual. Then whatever the results that are generated out of that MSP on weekly basis, we map it into this S-curve graph. So as you can see, this blue one was our earlier planned percentage, weekly planned percentage. And this green one was supposed to be the actual percentage on a weekly basis. So we can see here when the planned percent was 0, we were actually 2%. Here the plan was 2, then actual was 7. Likewise, we tracked it. And at this junction, we actually realized that the variance between the plan versus actual was getting, too big. So we again re-baseline the schedule. We discussed with the concerned stakeholders, client and our internal stakeholders, and mutually we decided to re-baseline the schedule. So from here again the planned percentage graph changed like this, and then the actual percentage graph tracking was like this.
Like this. Okay.
So all the input that we are having over here are extracted from the MSP file.
Correct. And this also shows the kind of challenges on the ground and this is a multidisciplinary project, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think, can you, like, I think there is a construction, the manufacturing, there are, I think there are finishing things. I think equipments are there, then interiors are there, right?
Yes. So since it's a construction project, we have various streams. We have civil interior, which does the construction, and we have some MEP services like HVAC, electrical, gases, safety sprinkler and all.
And then HVAC and other things.
Yeah, so all this, is already mapped. As you can see here, I hope the screen is visible. So
Yeah,
all the streams we actually track as versus planned versus actual, and this is bit very complex. So each and every activity is being tracked in the MSP, and then it is extracted from that to map this graph.
This is a copy paste data from the MSP.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. This is looking good.
And then this graph helps us to present the current project status on the weekly project review meetings, as well as the high level stakeholders meetings. So it is good enough to show the current status of the project, how it is running, and where exactly are we on the project.
Good. So do you have the MSP? Is it possible to just give a glimpse of that?
Exactly. I'll just open, just give a minute.
Just give a glimpse of it.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's
So I've just minimized all the activities. So if you can see the entire schedule, our has run till this 234 activities. And likewise we track each and every stream, service, activity, how it has been planned.
Fantastic.
So everything is tracked on a weekly basis, and it has been mapped, and the output from this plan versus actual has been mapped into that
So I think last two column I can see percentage plan completion and the actual
percent completion.
Okay.
Right.
Good. So one of them is the custom field, the plan one.
Right. Plan one will be the system generated data. Actual is the one that we typically enter as per the current progress.
Yes. So, one more thing which I think you have fantastically done is the resource management and the costing part, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that will be very interesting to see.
Yeah. So basically, what happens, since our project involves site activities, the field works. So we as a project department have to give our budget to the management.
Is this the actual data?
No, this is all the assumption numbers.
Okay, I just
yeah.
So this is somewhat near to actual data, but it is not the customer such what actually being
right.
Actually, right?
I have put the figures as a representative purpose so that the calculation would be easy.
So figures are only for representative purpose.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But everything, a structure is good.
Yeah, the structure is same. It is bit modified here and there for every project case and scenarios. So we typically project team and PMO develops this particular budget for the project from the project point of view, and it is being sent to our management and finance control so that they add some contingency, and then the budget will be passed. So here we can see we set up this baseline, and then we track the budget as on today, wherein we map actually three kind of expenses in the budget. First one is human resource. That means number of teams that will be
people on the project.
People on the project. Material resource. That means how many material that we are putting into this project, because this is the actual revenue generated item.
Correct.
And the third one is the incidental expenses, which are just assume it may come or it may not come.
Hmm.
So we actually
And I'm
plan.
seeing you're tracking your change request also. So many places it is going negative and one place it is going positive.
Yeah. So as you can see, during the baseline, the change requests were not in plan. But as we progress to the project, we realize there are certain internal change requests. That means this is cost to us, out of
Right.
which we are not generating any revenue.
We
That's why,
bought the changes. We bought the changes in the
yeah,
original plan. It is not requested by the customer, and that's why
exactly.
we end up spending more money on this, and that's why
Perfect.
we have put them in the negative. That it is a loss kind of things for us.
Exactly. And this is the only one which is positive, which has been demanded by the customer, and that's
Customer.
why this is a revenue generating change request.
Fantastic. Okay, good.
So,
Then the resource planning you did.
yeah, so this is the way we used to plan the budget, that how many streams we have, who is the resource that will be responsible for this particular package,
Hmm.
and how many months we are actually planning for this project. Then again, we
And
have,
these names are like Tom, Dick, Harry, correct? This is not the
exactly,
actual
no,
names.
those are not
Okay,
actual name.
okay,
This
okay.
is Tom, Dick, Harry, yeah.
Okay.
And we have also mapped their efforts in terms of week, how much payment that they are getting on a weekly basis, so that the efforts that will be putting on this project, it will be mapped for this project. If you can see, John is the project leader, and in this particular week, he is available only 50%. So only 50% of his effort is counted for this project, and another 50 for the different project. Likewise, here he is available 70%, 75%. The 25% will be for different project.
True.
And from this week onwards, it is assumed that he will be available for 100%.
And below the material ones, I think the services vendors who are working, right? These
Yeah, so this is this kind of materials that we will be putting into this project, which is revenue generating for us. And for
These are the
incidental,
incidental
yeah,
expenses.
these are all incidental expenses, since it's a on-site related project, construction project. These are the assumptions for the incidental cost, and these will be the simply duration wherein this cost will be realized,
Right.
you know.
And then you
And
have cumulative cost and
yeah, then we have this cumulative cost
and
S
you have
curve again.
developed a S curve, right?
Yeah, so every week how the cost will be occurred.
And you are tracking the actual one also.
Yeah, and this is the plan. And now once we go into the tracking, then we realize that picture is changed altogether. Yeah, so while tracking, we realize what are the variances and how the plan actually changes or shifts its direction. So this is one of the case which is not so good, but in many of our projects we typically have a very less chances of the variances. So here you can see actually 1 month extra we had to put into this project.
Right.
The main project leader who was supposed to be available 100%, who couldn't be available, and we had to put in another resource. And the another team member actually took the role of project leader, and he gave his 100% effort till the last of the project.
So he was less expensive, so we saved some.
Yeah, he has less expense. Yeah.
Good.
And in incidental cost also, we got some additional material cost, which were not in plan earlier.
So you have a considerable variation or overrun on the incidental
So
expense.
if we see in the summary, earlier plan HR expenses were around 520, and though we have added one resource, the actual cost got reduced because the high expense resource was not in this project.
Yeah.
Material resource also got reduced, but again, as incidental expenses were increased.
Increased significantly.
And if we see this graph of versus plan versus actual, it looks like this a bit.
Fantastic.
So the planning, this is the week. So we were supposed to generate the revenue in these weeks, but there were this variances, and it actually ended up having, running till this 20 weeks. So this project is actually example of 5 weeks of delay.
5 weeks of delay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Great.
this is typically we generate our budgeting and we track it.
Okay, great. So I think Nikhil, because and it was very interesting to work with Nikhil. I think Nikhil is a very passionate leader in that sense, and he has worked very hard on this. And this is one, like, I have done work with a lot of customers, actually, a lot of people. And this is one of the very comprehensively done project. It is really difficult to achieve this kind of thing. So you have several things in your
Yeah.
things. In the interest of time, I think we can limit for this only, and we will probably will come again with Chaitanya and Nikhil, and we'll get little more of their practices which they are doing. I think this is very interesting. I think I have a couple of questions
Right.
on your side also. So let's, I think, address them, and that will be a better thing. Okay. So let's see. Okay, which version of MSP you are using? Standard 21 or MSP? I think this is all our professional versions.
Professional license version.
Yeah, professional licenses, and generally I think this is a cloud version, so all are generally latest one. So this is a cloud version actually. Okay, that looks too complicated. Yes, the question, they are challenging projects.
Yeah.
Okay, contingency. I think contingency in the whole costing, we have not factored here. It is kept separately.
Yeah, it has
So,
been considered by management and
considering
finance
that it will
controller.
not be, it should not be applicable, it should not be applied only in the so it is kept separately.
Right.
Okay. Why not do the resource planning allocation on MSP? So I think this is because of the
Yeah,
complexity.
this is bit of the complex nature of the project. We are actually working on it because though MSP has its own limitations and restrictions, currently we are doing in the Excel. We are trying to, allocate the resource in the MSP and we are working on it. But because of the
The
complexity,
challenge
it is
is,
taking time.
I think there's one challenge which I want to tell other people also. MSP exactly go as per the resource allocated to it. While on the project, the person either working on the project or is it on task or not, he is still costing to you. So in MSP, if there is a gap between like one task to another task, there is no assignment, that cost is lost actually in MSP. Either we have to 100% engage the person, because on project the person is 100% allocated and costing 100%. And therefore, because of these small gaps, to get accurate costing, we still prefer in Excel actually.
Right.
And so that is how it is. And definitely other side, the project is quite complex because this is a multidisciplinary, lot of vendors are working on it. So fine. I think these were the question as such. Any other, so I think we are coming to the closer. It is almost 2-3 minutes are left. And so maybe 2 minutes for any other questions. If people have, you can ask the questions to any Chaitanya or Nikhil or to me, or any questions. If anybody has, you can unmute your mic also and can talk about it.
Nikhil, your contact number.
Okay, contact number, you can send the mail to me or send a message to me on WhatsApp or I will provide you the number.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem with this. You can always get guidance from these people, and that is the whole purpose actually of this. That people who are looking to implement, they should get more guidance. I think one question I have got: most of the project management tools does not have much flexibility on cost management, but rather than resource management and using that to pull cost in Excel for tracking. Okay, so yes, that's I think Jyoti, your observation is correct. So, or I should correct it that way. Actually, I think I can answer this question. That the cost management means resource management. There is no cost management on the project. It is always a resource management. Cost means resource, nothing else.
Agreed. Sir, Vivek sir, I was actually referring that, yeah, I mean, even the application which I use for my project, it's an adaptive work, right?
Okay.
And in there only, I mean, we have option of recording the resource requirement, right? Per member or per team. And I think there is no way of putting that as a cost there. So like if I have to pull a cost, I have to pull that on in an Excel, then get the costing from the finance team, like what's the per hour cost for this person, right? And then do the calculation. So that's how I do it.
Absolutely right. I think you are doing a fantastic job as such already.
Correct.
So here also is the same thing. We put the costing in the MS project also, but to
Great.
get the exact accurate costing, it is still the Excel
Right.
is
Right.
turned out to be
Right.
better option. Another question is this a series of webinar? Right. The project management webinar is a series of webinars. We has one spell already for 14 episodes. And then we another spell which is going on. And this is also going on, and probably another 14 or 15 episode. We'll take another break. We'll go in. So it's keep going on, and every second and fourth Tuesday we do this. You are most welcome to attend these programs, and we always try to bring new knowledge, new understanding, and I hope that will be useful to you. Which will be the next, maybe some other topic of PMP, project management, basically, not PMP, but exactly, but project management, right? So stay connected with us. You will soon get a announcement, at least generally a week in advance. So you can plan your attendance here. And thank you very much for that. Kalyan, are you there?
I am available, yes.
Okay, just a minute. Let me also bring you here in the spotlight. Okay, yes. So Kalyan is also here.
Today we had a different experience, I should say. I must thank both the speakers. They contributed a lot. It was an eye-opener for me on both sides. One is effective usage of risk management. We often end up talking more of it academically or theoretically. So both these subjects were demonstrated by both of you that if you apply them sincerely, there is real value in all these topics, what we talked about. And I really appreciate both of you to take your efforts and share your learning. And I learned definitely that this is doable and we can definitely implement. It's not just theory. It's all about commitment and patience with your team to make it work. It may not work first time. You may go through some challenges. It's all typical team management issues, not the knowledge area issue. It's all about educating them. What is the benefit? And you have proven it. And I'm sure you would see it's very easy now to propagate this, promote it within your organization and say, this is a great practice. Please adopt it. Please replicate it. I'm sure both of you would appreciate that in your own organizations. And I'm really thankful to both of you for sparing time and bringing your good practices to us.
I think Kalyan will be feeling very satisfying because he keep hammering people that, okay, implement. And then he's seeing that true implements is happening. And so
we would encourage more and more such stories to be brought about instead of we talking only theory. Will be a mix of practice and theory. That's what our goal is. And I hope all of you benefited from this. And I request all other participants. I am sure all of you also have some similar success stories to talk about. Please come forward and share them. It will be mutually beneficial.
We are look forward to if any of the viewer is having similar stories, we will try to feature you here. And that's what the people for people. It is something like that. So thank you very much to all the viewers also, both the guests, all the viewers, that you take out your time and join this webinar. Please share the link of these in your friends. Please propagate this thing so that more people can benefit it from these webinars. Thank you to all of you for taking out time and attending this. See you on the next webinar, which will be on 27th of August. So look forward for this. Thank you. Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you to